Hello, I'm Melanie. Today we are having a female discussion. All men are, of course, welcome to join in, but we will be discussing pregnancy and unwanted pregnancies in a very different spiritual aspect, one of which I have not discussed before, nor have I heard before. So, 3 times now, I have been late on my period from 3 days to 7 days to 9 days. And I do know what pregnancy is for my body. I know how it responds. I know how I react. And so I knew. What was interesting and different was that a spirit came, a different one, for each pregnancy. I've been really building up my telepathic abilities now for a while, and can channel all sorts of beautiful light beings and ETs. So here on the channel, you've heard me talk about, I channeled these lovely beings that had come to visit us. Well, this was the first time I was channeling a spirit that wanted to incarnate. And the first 2 times, they were both wanting to incarnate as males. They were very adamant. They really wanted to come in. But what was interesting was before the pregnancy could really take hold, I knew I knew the steps had already been taken, I was, because I was late, but they wanted the permission to come in. And what was really eye-opening about this is the revelation. I mean, we already know we're all one with everything in the universe. We're one with each other. We're one with the animals. We're one with the plants. We're one with all the beings in the non-terrestrials. We're one with our Sasquatch brothers and sisters. We're one with just everybody and everything. But with that oneness, telepathy is the natural way of communicating in the universe. So if we do this with our star brothers, why couldn't we do this with the spirits that want to come in and incarnate? And this is something that they showed me, and I was really, truly honored and blown away, and it changed my perspective on pregnancy forever. So we as women are a conduit between we're a conduit between the spirit realm and this physical incarnation. This is bridging so many different aspects, the spiritual realm to the physical realm, or dimensions, one dimension to another, a frequency to another frequency, the density to another density. This is so huge and so humbling. And what I realized was that, and this is a right for every woman, and we've all been women at some point in our incarnations, but I'm just so, as you can see, when I really sit down and sit into it, how just speechless I actually truly am. And we have the say, because everything in this universe is governed by the laws of free will. Pregnancy is also a free will choice. Who knew? But it is. And there are some tribes, I've heard of some tribes in Africa, that they will hear, the woman who has conceived, will go and sit by a tree, and she will hear the song of the soul that's coming in, and when that baby is born, they sing the song or the tune, and they sing that tune on all the big occasions during the lifetime of that being, and they will also sing it on the deathbed of anyone else who is old enough to know their song. They will sing that on their deathbed as well. And we get to have a conversation with these beings before they come in. And the first 2 are male, and the third one, this last one, because it just literally happened to me a few days ago. she was incredibly powerful and so vastly different from the other two spirits that had wanted to come and incarnate. Truly a very powerful, steadfast being. I'm still in awe. And she made me pause when she'd asked, because my knee-jerk reaction has been no. And this time I did want to think about it. And when I did give my very firm no, this isn't the right time for me, immediately my period started. And that was the same with the others as well. Once you make that decision and tell them yes or no, either you can continue on with your pregnancy or it will end, because that is your divine will. Now, I have heard that Mother, Father, God, Mother, Father, God's will supersedes ours. But when the spirits are coming to you and asking, for sure, I mean, if you're along that path and are willing to listen to hear them, then you have that say. And I do know what it is to feel to lose a pregnancy, so I know that that's what was happening. I was a little sad on this particular time, but I still feel it's the right choice. But it also brings to mind about parenting, and a beautiful reminder, if we can talk to the spirits before our children come, then we already have this connection before they're even born, and we know that they are a soul that has incarnated before. Excuse me, there's a tiny little bug. We know that they're a spirit that has incarnated before. We know more about them. We know we know their strength already, the soul. We get to know them on a soul level before the ego level. And it helps us stay in a beautiful, non-attached, but still loving and unconditionally loving space for them when they're born. And just really sets us up as parents to remember that these are old souls and that they've done this before and they're going to do it again. And it reminds us of our own immortality, that, look, we're here. We've already died in however many countless lives, and we always come back because we're already immortal. There's just so many beautiful, beautiful things about what I have been shown, and I want to share that with you. And I encourage you to reach out if you would like to chat with me about it or tell me your story. I'd love to hear it. This is a very empowering realization that I have had for myself, and I hope that it also empowers all the other women out there who watch this, or the men in your life, or if you're gonna have a wife, or at least maybe this will give you a deeper understanding and appreciation of women in the world. But I'm still blown away that this was so much more of a choice than we ever were led to believe. We were always led to believe as women that once you were pregnant, and either you had to go and to an abortion clinic, or you had to do something else. But we have so much more power. And how do you talk to the spirits, or how do you listen? Well, that comes by taking care of yourself and cleaning up your pineal gland by eating foods that help decalcify it. So a lot of heavy metal cleansers such as parsley, cilantro, chia seeds that are soaked, flax also, not as just in good in general, but eating more vegetarian or vegan, not junk food vegetarian or vegan. A lot of fruits and vegetables as your primary source. These will naturally start to decalcify the pineal gland, And that's kind of your antenna, or that is your antenna for telepathy. So kind of cleaning that up and practicing listening to your intuition. That's part of telepathy, so you know who you're hearing or what you're hearing, and you can that builds your self-trust. So there are many steps to building telepathy, and this is definitely something that everyone can access. Everyone can access this, and I'd be really curious if there's any soon-to-be fathers out there. I bet you could easily telepathically tune into your unborn children or unborn stepchildren, whatever, or foster children that might be. I mean, whatever the situations are, I'd be very curious to see who does what and who. Telepathy is our natural born instinct, and just tapping back into that natural power of ours is going to be really fascinating. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you all next time. Please leave your comments, questions in the comment section below, and click subscribe. We'd love to see you again. Bye.